Well, these are not your ordinary cakes. They were created and designed by some of the top decorators, and this weekend they're going to find out who gets bragging rights.
Yeah, that's for the 4th annual New York Cake Show. It takes place this weekend. There's even a cake show. Joining us to tell us about the main event is host and founder Lisa Mansour and chef Benny Rivera from City Cakes, who's been busy all morning creating these incredible masterpieces. I mean, they are pretty incredible. And Benny, we're going to talk about those in a moment. But first, Lisa, tell us about this show. Who knew there was a cake show? And it's a competition, actually, right?
Yes, it is. It is. I love New York and I love cake, and I thought it would be a great idea to have a cake show. It's going to be over 125 cakes competing. We have different categories: wedding cakes, novelty cakes, shoe cakes, all different kinds. Yeah. So.
Wonderful. And Benny, you've been working all morning on this masterpiece that's over here to our right. Tell us a little bit about this. And I was reading that you were in finance originally. Now you're a cake decorator. How did we go to decorating cake?
Everything started as a hobby. And so here I am, 8 years later. So
you turn the hobby into your profession.
Into my profession.
How do you even do something like that?
Well, something like this takes a lot of time and a lot of patience.
Yeah, if you could if we get a shot of the Cowardly Lion here and Dorothy, it's unbelievable. I'm not going to be, you know me, boom, and there goes the show. The detail, look at this, in the beard and the hair. How long did the lion itself take? I mean, it would seem like hours, really?
This actually, some people from Italy. We have people coming from all over the world entering the competition.
Right. So these are examples from some of the other decorators.
Okay. Yes. All right, so I thought maybe, Benny, that was you, but I'll tell you, I'll give you credit because yours is great too. All right. And the other thing is, how do you judge? I mean, I know all judgment is very dubious, which is better, which isn't. How do you make determinations?
Actually, I am not judging because it wouldn't be fair, because I know everyone in the business. I actually have 22 different judges coming in, and they have to be pretty neutral, to be honest with you. It's according to technique, how difficult the technique is, color, all different things.
And is there you know, how big, you look at this Yankee boot, I mean, it gets pretty big. How big do these decorations get, these cakes get?
Oh my gosh, I think the wedding cakes are about 36 inches high minimum in the professional category.
And Benny, this one that you were working on, you just finished it for us here, but something like this, how long does that usually take you to do?
I would say it would take at least 2 days to put it together.
At least 2 days, and it's edible.
Everything is edible. Everything is made out of sugar.
That's what everyone is
Everything is made out of sugar.
That's right.
You're going to see the crew around just salivating for the end of this segment, folks. But how does it last? I mean, it would seem that we watched you for the entirety of the hour painting. One false move, and you threw into the cream? I mean, what?
No, you have to be very careful with what you're doing. Like I said before, you need a lot of patience to do.
Yeah, and I was reading that you like the art, you like the actual art of it.
I think that's the fun part when you are just working on creating pieces like this, just putting the details on it, the decorating part.
And Lisa, we understand that this event is open for everyone, right?
Yes, it's open to the public.
And there are actually classes in this too?
Yes, we have demonstrations starting at 9 a.m. that people could come to learn how to make buttercream or learn how to make chocolate ganache, all kinds of things, or even more difficult techniques. So $20, they could come in.
So you need to get tickets ahead of time? Can you buy them at the door?
Buy them at the door at this point, yes.
And is any of this, I mean, when it's all done, what do you do with the cakes in the competition? Are they for sale? Are they for, you know, what happens afterwards? Or do you all just go crazy on them? Because you look pretty thin, so I don't think you do this regularly, right?
Well, some of them inside are actually dummies, so they go on display.
And there is a New York theme to some of this, right? Cakes, which you can tell with these.
Exactly. I thought that would be a great theme for the first time holding in New York City, so I thought that would be a fun theme.
And in terms of, if you, in these so-called classes when you're teaching, who do you get in those classes? Those people who are bakers to begin with and then want to become expert, top of the line, whatever?
Believe it or not, I get a little of everything. I have people that just want to bring their kids. I have kids classes also, by the way, this year. That's a new thing.
Kids how old?
Kids like from 8 and up, actually, decorating cupcakes, which is really fun. And we have people that are professionals that come to brush up on their techniques, or people that are beginners that just want to get into it, hobbyists.
And Benny, when people either eat your cake, when they see your cake, what is the feeling? What do you want them to think when they see one of your creations here?
For me, it's very important that the cake doesn't look just beautiful, but it tastes amazing too.
That's the best combination.
Yeah,
Looks good and tastes amazing.
I can guarantee you that.
Is this,
Thank you.
is this like a fading art in just this design kind of thing? Because a lot of times you go into bakeries now, and they'll have things that are pre-frozen, pre-made, and there's less of that. I'd like my name, and I'd like this put on.
Yeah.
Is are more and more people getting into this, or less people? Is
Actually, yes. This is an industry that is always changing and growing. So yes, in these days, people love this kind of complex design.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Very nice. And we look forward to seeing the rest of it all tomorrow at the Cake Show.
Yes.
Lisa and Benny, thank you so much for joining us. And the Cake Show is tomorrow at the New York City Marriott Marquis. And for more information, you can head to our website, cbsnewyork.com.
We're trying to squeeze Vanessa in behind the apple. That's like the apple at Citi Field there. She pops in, yeah.
There's a big bite.
Yeah. But Vanessa does have a forecast.
Yeah, I do.